All right, Brad here with Primetime Sports Performance, guys. Today we're going to go over the box jump. Very simple movement we use here daily, and we don't use it because we're trying to see how high we could jump. The box jump, for all intents and purposes, is an evaluation tool I use daily for landing checks. We want to make sure that we're landing ankles, knees, and hips in proper alignment. We also want to make sure that we're putting in enough force in the ground where we can propel ourselves upward and then land securely, as I previously mentioned. So let's go over some of the fine tips here with first the setup. So you're going to notice that I shoot my hands back and I hold that position, keeping my chest over my knees. And when we get the side view in a second here, you'll see my ankles and feet are in alignment as well. I'm going to go ahead and jump up. As I jump up, you notice my knees come up and over, not around the box. Oftentimes we see athletes where the box is too high. And remember, the height of the boxes isn't really an indication of vertical power all the time. It really is. Some people will whip their legs around the boxes just to get up that high. So we never want to see that compensation by our athletes, because we want them to teach, we want to teach our athletes how to jump over and on into a box or up and onto a box. You're going to notice when I land, I hold that position for a second. We'll rewind that just a little bit here. And while we hold that position, we again want to double check for hip drop. My feet are pretty good in alignment. I do have a little externally rotated foot due to an ankle injury, but everything else is in good alignment here. I'm going to watch a couple of these as I jump through. Arms back, shoot, jump up, drive, good solid landing. When we do get to the side view, you're going to notice that we want to start our jump and land our jump in the same position. So there's my start position. Arms are back, thumbs behind the hips, knees are just behind the toes, ankles and knees are in good alignment here. Knee and hip is in good angle here in proportion to my posture. So we want to make sure this back is nice and flat. Eyes are facing forward. As I jump up, we want to see that triple extension, which is right there. Ankles, knees, and hips are in full alignment, trying to get fully extended. And that's where we get our power from. Pushing into the ground, get into triple extension. Knees come up and over. Good solid landing. Now, if you look at my landing mechanics, pretty darn close to my starting mechanic. There's my start mechanic. Jump up. There's my landing mechanic. And that's what we want to see. The other thing we want to see is making sure my hips don't drop when I land. My hips drop when I land. I know that that box is a little too tall for me, and I'm absorbing and then sinking. We want everything to be stable when we land. The old adage of jump is, or land as if you're landing on top of a cloud, is incorrect. We know that the ligaments and tendons in our bodies need to learn how to absorb force. And landing as soft as possible is not teaching those tendons and ligaments the right way to absorb force. So a little bit landing, I'm not saying put a hole in the box, but a little bit of a sound when you land is good, because we're creating a solid landing skill. And again, we're going to step off, never jump off, because nobody ever got hurt stepping off of a box. They always get hurt landing or jumping off of a box. So we want to make sure that we are doing everything proper. Arms are shooting back and getting in that good position, right? So again, arms are shooting back. Watch the beginning position. Shoot back, and relax. Okay, so the box jump, again, for a couple things. One, it is not an indication of jump power all the time. We can make it that way if our athletes are capable of. It's a great evaluation tool. Check. We talk often about evaluations and daily evaluations. This is one of them. So every day our athletes come in here, they will do either a vertical jump off the jump mat, so I can check their landing, or a box jump so I can check their landing. We'll do that before we get into our plyometric things for the day. So every Monday we do linear vertical, Monday and Tuesday. So we know we're going to be doing some sort of box jump. We have a pretty good solid progression system for box jumps. But we also want to make sure that they're landing correctly. No matter what phase they're in, they'll always start off with one set of 3 box jumps. So I can check their ankle, knee, and hip position. I can check their landing position. And I make sure that they have enough force and power, and they're recovered enough where we can go ahead and propel them to the actual jump training for the day. It's a key that we understand that we always continuously evaluate our athletes every time they do anything in our facilities. So with that being said, guys, this is Brad from Primetime Sports Performance. Please check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Follow our blog. Those are usually released either Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to start doing more video vlogs like this because I think it's helpful. And we have a passion here at Primetime for teaching coaches and athletes the same. So with that being said, guys, have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.